You're gonna let this cycle in till you form a little bit of a little hole. You're gonna go right into the second one, just like so. And again, you wanna get a good mound, and there's a reason for that. And I'll show you that in just 1 second. So as this now finishes up for the last one, once you're here, you're now gonna let that drop, place. And now I'm gonna use this as a barrier to now run all the way around my beignet. All right, I'm gonna keep turning until I get everything coated. And it's really important that you do that, and there's a reason why. So now I'm gonna play a little game of Jenga. Hope I can get every ice cream ball into each. 1 out of 1, 2 out of 2. Let's get 3 out of 3. Oh, nice. Here is the cool part. Now follow me over here. I'm gonna go right to my coffee machine. I'm gonna put this down, and it's time to make a coffee with ice cream. All right, once my cafe has now been put in, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull it on over, and I'm gonna get it on my serving tray. And the reason being is that I wanna be able to now give it some whipped cream. So what I'm gonna do is do a huge circle right on the outside, just like so. Then I'm gonna go into the inside, and I'm just gonna go around just like this. Wow, that looks good. From here, I'm gonna take my little bit of cinnamon, I'm gonna now dust it right on top. Whew, this thing is looking great. And then take 3 grains, so everybody knows that there's cafe, aka coffee, on the inside. All right, gonna take my last one and place it here. I wanna show you what we have. Wow, this is gonna be great for you at home. Gonna place this right over, and now it's on to my whiskey. All right, and with that, Jack Daniels, I have something special for you. I'm gonna make what is called an ice cream roll. So I have a huge plaque of ice that I froze overnight, and I'm gonna take my heavy cream and milk with a little bit of Jack Daniels. And so this is a bourbon ice cream roll. So you're gonna pour everything, heavy on the bourbon, by the way, and you need to mix everything in. So you're just gonna use your spatula to now put everything for an even layer, and now it's gonna freeze in about 10 minutes. All right, after the ice cream is now frozen, again, bourbon ice cream, I'm gonna use my spatula to now make indentions using a pizza cutter into my plaque. So you wanna make sure that you cut all the way through. So I'm gonna make my second one here. So I'm cutting all the way through. You kind of hear that, the ice crackling as well. All right, so now here's gonna be the thing. I need to make sure I get a good cut. So I'm gonna cut here. Then I'm gonna now just start, I'm gonna now fold this over. Once you fold over, you start rolling it one time, and then we go like this. And you're gonna start rolling it just like so. Go. All right, just gonna roll my last one. All right, that looks beautiful. Gonna finish that one off just a little bit, but I'm not done yet with this recipe. All right, and with that chocolate, I'm gonna go right over my puff pastry, and this is gonna be very satisfying. So I'm just gonna start drizzling this, and you want to spread out just like I'm doing here. There's a reason for that. And so now this looks very, very good. Finish that off. Use a spatula to now spread out everything a little bit more. If you don't get it all the way, don't worry about it. We just want to make sure that we get it in the middle, and there's a reason for that. I'm going to take my second sheet of puff pastry. I'm just going to lift up, and once everything touches, then you're just going to let it slowly fall down. If it goes over the edge, no worries. So you're going to press in on the sides, like I'm doing. And then once everything's there, this is how you make a croissant. So you're gonna start in the corner. You're gonna go down. Once you're here, spin, go up. That's a big one. Go down, because we are making big ones. Pull that off. And then we're gonna finish up right on top. Just like so. From here, this is the technique for a croissant. You're gonna take your 2 puff pastries, you're going to extend. Then you're going to extend on the edges as well. From here, press in, and then we're just going to barely fold just like this. Wow, absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to start placing my croissants on. And so I'm going to do it in a cool little pattern. I'm going to place my croissants right into the preheated oven. I'm going to let those cook, and while that's cooking, got something else to do. All right, with my beignet coffee's already here, I'm gonna now show you the croissant that I have with the chocolate on the inside. I'm gonna place this on my serving plate, just like so. And now for my cafe beignet. Look at that little serving platter. Everything looks great. Ice cream, we're gonna place that right there with the bourbon, of course. You put that down, and I'm gonna go over with some Hershey syrup right on top, just like so, just to finish this off.
And we're just gonna take a cup and place it into the center of our dough. And we're just gonna press down. And this is gonna give us that perfect little donut hole here in the middle. Now we're gonna take it to the oil. I've preheated my oil to 350 degrees, and I'm gonna slowly lower my donut inside, and we're just gonna let it slide in. Be very careful, the oil is quite hot. My tongs here, and we're just gonna press down in the center. Now we're just gonna turn that around a little bit, and you can see it's nice and golden on the other side. So we're going to carefully flip this over. Look at that. Our donut is ready. Now we're going to get of our oil, drain off any of the excess, place it onto our plate here, and we're gonna let this cool. And while this cools, we're gonna prepare our cream. We're gonna take our vanilla jello pudding mix, and we're just gonna pour that into our bowl. And into that, we're going to add cold milk. And we're just gonna begin mixing that together until thickened. You can see our instant pudding is already nice and thick. I'm just gonna take out our whisk, place that back here. Now I'm gonna add in my whipped cream. And I'm also gonna add in our caramelized bananas. This is gonna give it an amazing flavor. Now we're just gonna carefully turn our bowl and fold in our ingredients. Our bananas are nicely incorporated into our mixture here. This looks great. Now we're gonna come over and we're gonna fill our pastry bag. I place it on a cup here. Just scoop some of that in there. Okay, now we're gonna start filling our donut. So I'm just gonna hold on one side to support it. And we're just gonna push our piping tip in the donut, and we're just gonna start filling it up. And we're just gonna go around the sides. And a little bit of the cream is gonna come out at the end. That's completely normal. It just means that we're filling it up properly. Now for the glaze. And we're just gonna pour this over our donut. Look how gorgeous that is. And it's going to just spread out. Just give it a little shake here. Take some white chocolate, and we're just gonna come across like this. Give it nice big lines. And can you really have a donut without sprinkles? So we're just gonna come and add a few sprinkles around here. We're gonna take some vodka. We have our vodka here, and we're gonna make our flavored vodka today, inspired by Cardi B's caramel infused vodka. Now we're gonna place our lid back onto our vodka bottle, and we're gonna give that a good shake. We really wanna get that flavor infused in there. Now for our whipped cream. I'm gonna come pour a little bit directly into my whipped cream. And now we're gonna whip this up to get stiff peaks. Now our cream is ready. We're gonna take it over here and place it into our piping bag. Okay, now we're gonna add our whipped cream. Just gonna fill it here in the center. For a little decoration, we're gonna add in some our caramelized bananas. Look how gorgeous these are. And this is really more than just a donut. It's definitely a party donut. And there you have it. So we have 5 apple cores. If you do not have 5, just use 1. So we're going to line them up with the little crevices in between. Place those down. We are going to be removing the ice cream inside. Keep the Coke bottle down. So we will be using that in a second. And final one. So now that your ice cream is removed, we are going to take our melted chocolate, which I have pre-melted for you, and take it, fix your Coke bottle so it's flat, and pour your chocolate. So it's going to go down all the little sides, and it's going to fill each of the little holes we just made with our apple cores. Finish filling it with the chocolate, and when it's filled, we're going to remove our bottle. It's going to get a little messy. Make sure to keep a damp towel by you, and we're going to put it back in the freezer. So we're going to be making our Nerds ropes now. So we're going to take some gummy bears and place them in this squeeze bottle. Then we're going to take a 1/4 teaspoon of some coconut oil. Put the lid securely on your bottle. Put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Now we're going to pour our candy onto our foil. And then we're going to take our other color, do the same. Back this way. Okay, so now our gummies are completely melted. Make sure it's all liquidy. It might be a little bit hot, so you don't want to get burned, so you have a towel just in case. So we're going to take the lid off, and then we are going to make our gummy lines. So just slowly put it on top of the Nerds. We're doing single colors because we are going to be making braids with these later, little twists. Do that, make sure it's a good thick line. If it's too thin, then it will not hold together well. Go all the way to the end, and we are going to completely cover. There we go. And we're going to take our other colors and finish it off. So our Nerds ropes have completely set. We are going to lift this. Look how cool this is. Carefully place it down. Some of them are going to fall off, but that is okay. So we're going to our second one. Carefully lift this one as well. Place it down. We're going to line up the colors and make a cut. Then we're going to twist them. Doing a couple twists. We'll move on to the pink and purple. Twist, twist, twist. Now we're going to take this one and carefully bring it to our plate. And the second one, really like these colors together. And we're going to set this in the freezer. So we are ready to assemble our final product. We have our Nerds ropes and our ice cream bars. We're going to lift it carefully and place it on one donut. Place it on the donut as well. Then we're going to take the Nerds rope and wrap it around. Need a nice sugar rush. Do that. And then we are going to take the other Nerds rope and wrap that one around. Looks so delicious and sugary. Okay, so we are going to cut into this now. And we're just going to cut our dough into strips. I'm going to pull this piece off. And now we're going to fold our dough over, and we just want to press to seal in the cinnamon sugar butter in the middle of our dough. We're going to continue folding our dough over. Just want to pinch it along the edges. And now we're going to take our dough and we're going to start rolling it. Just going to roll it in. And we're going to twist it. This is our twist here. I'm using my apple. With our apple slicer, we're just going to press down. Take a piece, and we'll start at the end. We'll tuck that dough in, and we're just going to roll it around our apple. You can see we have all the little twists in there. Once we get to the end, we're just going to take our dough, pinch it, and tuck it in. I'm going to bring it over to my oil. It's at 350 degrees, and we're just going to place that carefully into the hot oil. And we'll add in the other ones, and we're going to let those cook until golden. Now our apple twists are nice and golden. We're just going to scoop them all up. I'm going to drain off any excess oil, and we're going to place them into our cinnamon sugar. We're going to give that a little bit of a shake. Now we're just gonna flip them over. Get them nice covered. We'll leave this here, like these. Okay, I have some hard caramels here, and we're just going to pour them into the pan. And we're gonna leave these over low heat, and we're gonna let them melt. Okay, our caramel has melted, and we're gonna bring it over here. I have a bowl that I've lightly sprayed with some non-stick spray. We're just gonna pour that caramel into our bowl. Now I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna sprinkle on some toasted pecans. So I'm gonna get those here. I have another bowl that I've also sprayed with non-stick spray, and we're gonna place that onto the top of our caramel, and we're just going to turn the bowl and press down. And this is gonna give us a form of a bowl. So we'll have an edible bowl. We're gonna place this to the side to cool. Now we're gonna put it all together. We're going to unmold our caramel bowl. It's cooled down, so it should just slide right out. I'm gonna bring it over and place it in the middle of my serving dish. Now we're going to place our cinnamon apple twist. And we're gonna fill our bowl with our cream cheese frosting. Look how creamy and delicious that is. For a little decoration, we're gonna add some caramel sauce. And to make it look extra nice, just use a toothpick or a skewer, and we're just gonna trace back and forth to give a nice little design. I'm gonna take my toasted pecans, I'm gonna put them around the outside for that extra crunch. There you have it. You can find all the details of this recipe on chefclub.tv. Now it's time to taste. I'm gonna stick a wooden spoon like this, drain all the juice. Now I'm going to take a serrated ladle. We're going to place our pineapple inside with a cherry in the center. I'm going to take my batter and we're going to pour it over. I'll leave this one here. I have another one already prepared, and we're going to do the same. We're going to pour our batter. Okay, our pineapple upside donuts are finished baking. Okay, now we're going to prepare our ice cream. We're going to turn it in our melted caramelized white chocolate and directly into our nuts. We're going to move it over here to our cutting board. We're going to begin cutting it into 3 slices. We're going to take out our spoon, and now we're going to carefully transfer our ice cream over to our plate. Now we're going to put it all together. We're going to dispose 3 of our pineapple upside down donuts, and we're going to top them with our ice cream. Now we're going to put a pineapple upside donut on top. And for a little decoration, we're going to pull out our apple slicer. We're going to give it a little bit powdered sugar. And there you have it, the pineapple upside donut ice cream sandwich.
I've got my caramel brittle here. I'm going to put it into my center. Beautiful. Set this aside. I've got my second wax paper. Press down. We're going to roll this out. Try to get it as thin as possible so that we get a nice shape. Onto the other side, and we're going to let this cool down. Now I'm going to roll one more side. We're going to slowly remove our wax paper. gonna come in with my knife. And I'm gonna cut the piece that I want to make my glass. I'm gonna pick this out. Perfect. I let my caramel cool down a little bit. I shaped it to how I wanted it. I'm gonna take my glass and we're gonna roll this on, make sure it sticks. Take this off. We're gonna, while it's hot, get the bottom of our vase so we have a nice firm shape. Perfect. Now that I've got the bottom of my glass, I'm gonna let this cool down and we're gonna cut it off. And I've got my cinnamon rolls for my next step. I've got my cinnamon rolls here that I've prepared. I'm gonna set that aside. Got my ice cream. I'm gonna take out a scoop onto my roll. Beautiful. For the fun part, we're gonna take this off. And we're gonna give it a little mix. Okay, now that our milkshake is ready, we're gonna pour it into our caramel glasses. Going nice and slowly. And last but not least, and these are ready to go into our freezer. I'm putting this into my freezer so that the consistency stays nice. And I've got my dough here. I've got my churro dough here that I'm gonna put onto my bottle. And we're gonna turn. Beautiful. Now, I'm gonna take off my wax paper, put this into my oil. We're gonna do the same for our second bottle and our third one. I'm gonna take my churro out of my hot oil, let that come out. Okay, beautiful. We're gonna go into our cinnamon sugar and slowly roll. I'm gonna finish rolling into my cinnamon sugar. Hold on to that. I'm gonna bring it onto our plate. Remove our bottle. Give that a little twist. Perfect. And I'm on to my next step. I've got my caramel milkshakes over here. I've got my churros. I'm gonna bring this close towards me. I'm gonna take one of these, put it into our churro. We've got some whipped cream here that we're gonna put all around. And on top. Beautiful. I've got some caramel, some crushed nuts. Everybody loves pecans. And I'm gonna add some cinnamon toast crunch. And for the rest of this recipe,
Place our straw. I'm gonna grab my Coke. I'm gonna come back with my donut batter and we're just gonna pipe that right around the outside. Our Coke bottle is kind of gonna be our guide. It's gonna help us get the perfect shape. Now I'm gonna carefully carry this over to our hot oil and we're just going to slide that in there. I'm gonna use my tongs. We kind of just wanna make sure that it's in contact with the oil so it can cook properly. Okay, now we're just gonna slide out our parchment paper carefully because it's hot. And we're going to turn our donut over. Our donut is ready. We're going to carefully slide our tongs underneath. We'll let our donut drain off some of the excess oil. We're going to come place it into our glaze. Then we're going to lift it up and place it on our plate. With our peanut butter sauce, look how delicious that looks. I'm gonna grab some peanuts and we'll place them on the top. I have my peanuts here. I'm going to start by just pouring them into my ice tray. Just going to get a few into each. Now I'm going to come back with my Coke. It's just going to fizz up a little bit. It's totally normal. Take this over to our freezer. We'll pop that in for a few hours until it's completely solid. Our ice cubes are ready. We're just going to flip them out. Take our cutting board. I'm just going to use a flexible cutting board. It's a really easy way to get stuff into your blender. And let's go. Our Coke peanut slushie is done. I'm going to take this bottle. We have our Coke bottle taken off the top. We're going to take melted chocolate. We're just going to pour that into our bottle. You want to pour it about 1/3 of the way. And now we're just going to turn our bottle like this to coat evenly the inside. I'm going to make sure it goes all the way to the top. Perfect. We'll leave this here to set. I'll be right back. Our chocolate has set. We'll remove our label. We'll pop this out. We'll place our Coke bottle here. And we can't forget our label. Now we have our smoothie, and we're going to spill our bottle. Place our straw. Now let's put this all together. There you have it.
Our donut directly on the hot oil. Perfect. We're going to take out the donut. Perfect. And let it drain and cool on the rack, just like that. So now our donut is cold. We can glaze it. So we have here a nice pink icing that we're going to pour on the top of it. Really satisfying. Perfect. And we're gonna keep going with our recipe with our pocky. So we're gonna pour our white chocolate that I color with some food coloring. There we go. I have 5 colors. There we go. And then we're gonna take the entire jar and glaze our pocky. Amazing, this is beautiful. Then we're gonna leave the pocky set on the side. So my pocky are back from the fridge. We're gonna transfer them on a board and cut them with a big knife. So make sure that they're really cold. Perfect. I'm gonna move them directly on the plate. Perfect. Make sure that they don't stick together. We're gonna leave them on the side. We've framed Homer Simpson and put it in a page protector, and we're gonna use it to start our chocolate decor. So I'm gonna start with the black details. We're gonna create all the details for our head. Perfect. And we're gonna finish with the yellow part. We're gonna just put some like that. And we're gonna put our Homer Simpson in the fridge. Our Homer is now ready. So we're gonna remove everything from the paper. There we go. And we're gonna do a 3-dimension donut. So with pink chocolate. Here we go. And we're gonna sprinkle the donut, of course, just like that. There we go.
This to the side. We'll shake this a little bit to get our chocolate all the way down. As you can see, our chocolate is already getting hard. We're going to take our bottom piece. I'm going to come over here to my oven where I've just heated up a baking sheet, and we're just going to press it on there. It's going to start melting like this. You can see the end is melted. We're going to come and place it right here on our board, and I'm going to take the bottom and we're going to just press that into place. Our little barbecue grill is in place. Now we're gonna come back and fill it with our chocolate ganache. And this is a cold ganache because obviously we're using chocolate. We don't want it to melt. Just gonna fill that. So delicious. It's gonna be perfect for dipping our little fruits and everything inside. There we go, that's perfect. We're just gonna leave that to set. Now every barbecue has to have a grill on top. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna start piping my grate that I've traced out on paper, and I've placed it in a plastic page protector. So this is going to make it really easy to unmold our chocolate after. Then we'll continue by doing our horizontal lines. And now we'll start our vertical lines. There we go. And last but not least, we're going to add some little accessories. Come back and fill that in. And for that, we're going to add 2 Pocky sticks. We'll just place those in like this. Now we're going to take this to the fridge. We're going to pop that into the fridge to chill until our chocolate has set. Our grate is ready, and we're just going to pull it off. And we're going to come place that onto our grill. We'll place our little spatula here in the front, so cute. And we'll place our lid here. And I'm going to grab my bananas. I have my baby bananas. These are so stinking cute. We're going to come and dip them into some white chocolate that I've colored pink. These are going to be our little sausages. I'm just going to shake off the excess here. And I'm going to slowly move it over to my plate. And we'll just leave that to set. I have some brownies that I made earlier. They're nice and cool now. And we're just going to get some of that delicious brownie crumbs here in the center. We're just going to make a nice little well here. Now I'm going to take about a tablespoon and I'm going to form that into a little ball. And it sticks so easy. It's just like making cake pops at home. Place that one here. And now I'm going to do the same with the second one. Pressing that together. Then we're going to take our skewer and we're going to stick our little balls right on there. These are going to be our little meatballs. Place that onto our plate. And for our last skewer, we're going to do a sweet version. Can't have a barbecue without marshmallows. And we're going to come place our strawberry right here. And I'll take these with me. Time to dress our grill. We're going to place our little sausage, meatballs, and our dessert skewer. And there you have it, our chocolate barbecue grill. How cute is this? It's the perfect centerpiece for your summer barbecue. Place that here. I have my homemade marshmallow. We're gonna pipe that into our mini muffin pan. I've just put a little bit of nonstick spray on here. Now with our cookie dough, I'm going to come here and I'm going to start placing them one by one into our marshmallow. back and cover them with marshmallow. We're going to cover them with some cornstarch. And don't worry, this cornstarch is just going to come right off. It's just going to help them to not stick. And we'll put a little cornstarch here on our baking tray. It's time to unmold our marshmallows. I'm going to take my cookie dough here. We're just going to press it into our chocolate chips. I'm going to get it nice and coated all around. I'm going to come over here to my pan. I'm just going to shred that chocolate chip cookie dough, press it into our pan. I'm just going to spread it out to the sides. There we go. I'm going to take my Oreos and we're just going to slide those into our pan. Nice. And my brownie batter right on top. Look at that. So good. We're just going to spread that out a little bit. We're going to take it to the oven. I'm going to place this into the oven, but don't leave just yet. We've got a great surprise coming. Our brownie is hot out of the oven, and I'm going to take my spatula and we're just going to slice into it. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to take my marshmallows. I'm going to start placing them all over my brownie. I'll add a few more of these big ones. Take a handful of mini marshmallows, sprinkle those all around. And our Reese's peanut butter cups. These are so delicious. A couple more of those, my favorite. And now off to the oven. We're gonna place our brownie back into the oven, always at 350 degrees, and we're gonna toast those marshmallows up. Our brownie is back from the oven and it smells incredible. Now it's time to put this all together. We're just gonna cut a piece right in there. It's extra gooey. I'm gonna scoop that out. Got myself a little corner piece. It's the best. We're just gonna try this out. Brownie batter, so delicious. And my ice cream. I'm gonna get a big scoop here. All right, let's dig in. I'm just gonna get a little scoop here. You can find all the details of this recipe on chefclub.tv